Does let's go mean good to go?
Oh.
All right, there he is.
Still in
red.
uni.
Did you even
What's up,
change
guys?
from yesterday? How you doing, man? Uh-oh.
Still getting calls.
Hey, there he is.
Sorry about that.
Dude, that's going to happen a lot probably because if you're on your phone, it's probably been quite busy and overworked. Is it hot right now, the phone?
Oh, it's pretty hot. Pretty hot. Overheating for sure.
Yeah, it looks like, he changed. He was in red. It looks like they have the maroon unis on. So he did change, it looks like, his outfit.
Yeah. I like these ones. First time I've put this color on. It's nice.
So how is the crowd in Philadelphia? I know you touched on, I watched the post-game interview yesterday, and I felt the same way during the playoffs last year, been to many ballparks, and there's others that stand out too, but it's up there. And you mentioned Trey Turner and what they're doing. So this is a quick move over to Philadelphia. What do you think of this crowd?
Man, it's been incredible so far. That, like I said, the energy that they're able to create in that stadium. It was so loud when I walked out for the ninth. It was so loud. It was insane. Every pitch, I couldn't hear. The pitch comm was turned up all the way to level 20. I couldn't hear what JT was calling. So I was like trying to tell him to, go old school, I guess you say now, and put down some fingers. But it was electric.
Listen, speaking of JT, I loved the speech when you gave your speech. And the first thing you did was you said, JT, thank you so much, because as a former catcher, Kratz and I, we love when pitchers acknowledge that we're the smart ones in the relationship. And so thank you for saying to JT, I love you. You put down all the right fingers. So for me and Kratz, thank you, Michael, and congratulations.
Absolutely, man. I think about it all the time that, the nerves that go into making a start and just the anxiety and the what ifs and all this stuff, right? And the thing that calms me down is knowing that I got a guy out there with me, competing with me. And so it helps a ton knowing, hey, JT's calling the pitches, he's putting the numbers down, he's just as invested as I am, and we're going to do this together. That's kind of what calms me down during starts. It's like, hey, we're in this together. And so, yeah, I mean, my catchers mean a lot to me, man.
So what was it like to be in the dugout in the eighth inning, knowing what you have, knowing you have the no-hitter, knowing where your pitch count's at? What was that feeling in between the eighth and the ninth inning for you?
To be honest, I tried to find a perspective that made it as easy as possible on me. And I feel like I was in a win-win situation either way. We're up by 7. If I give up a hit, I come out of the game, the stadium's going to give me a standing ovation. It would have been a great, I guess, try. But it would have been a great game either way. And so worst case scenario, that's the worst case scenario for me. And so I was just honestly, I was thanking God between innings, like just the situation that I was in. And I was just going to go out there and just fill up the strike zone, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, it's win-win. And the fact that it ended up, the way it did and finishing that no-hitter, it was incredible.
Now, what took place afterwards? Did it were you able to get to your phone kind of and see all the amazing videos of your families when they were watching the game? Did it kind of, all the adrenaline kind of wear off and you realize how much you had just used and how tired you got? What'd you do after the game?
Man, a lot of it was, a lot of media stuff, and then hanging with the teammates. Got to sit down in the clubhouse with the guys for a little bit. And it blew me away by how all of them would talk about how emotional they got seeing me with my family. And they were all standing out there, supporting me for 10 minutes after the game was over. And they're like, man, when we saw you hold up your daughter, like a lot of us were looking at each other like, I think I'm going to go inside now because I'm starting to get teary eyed and stuff. But so, man, they had my back. We enjoyed a good night together. We had that toast that I think's going around on social media. And then really it was just do my arm care. I threw a lot of pitches, so I had to take care of my arm, get some treatment done, grab some food, and just enjoyed it back at the apartment with the family, man. We really soaked it all in, and we went over. My wife likes to know the ins and outs of certain situations, and what were you thinking during this, and what were you thinking during that, and so we just kind of went through it all, and man, we soaked it all in. It was awesome.
Hey, good for you. And it was awesome that your family got to be there and enjoy it. And the best, we already talked about this earlier. It was so great of the Phillies broadcast to show your family and your mom. And they were praying like one more, just please, just one. It was amazing. Right here. They're like, oh my gosh, please God, let them just get one more. And then the reaction after, right? So when your wife and you were discussing situations, at any point did she say, if Rob Thompson comes to you and is taking you out because you had 111 going to the ninth inning, was there a fight that was going to happen? Because he's not Amir Garrett. Rob Thompson's not Amir Garrett now. So, there could have been a little bit of a, hey, I'm going out there no matter what.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would have been tough to be taken out of a game like that. I would have fought for it pretty hard. It is only my second game with the Phillies, so it would have been a little bit of an awkward fight, but I would have fought pretty hard for it, man. I mean, you don't really get that. You just never know if you're going to see that situation ever again or have that opportunity ever again. And this is my 9th year, and so you never know how many more years you have. And yeah, it's just the fact that he let me go out there. It's, man, I mean, he allowed for that to happen in a game where that doesn't usually take place. And so hats off to Skip, man.
Now, I mean, there's not much better ways to become a good teammate to a new team than going out and doing something like this in your second start and having 2 good starts. But let's talk about you being a bad teammate for a little bit and how you stole Wes Wilson's thunder of his home run.
I know.
So, I mean, is there some sort of apology? What are you gonna make it up for him?
I've already given him the apology. I'm like, man, like, that was incredible yesterday. I'm sorry. He was like, dude, don't be sorry. I got to be a part of that in my first big league start. So I was like, I know. I was like, well, at least your family got to come down on the field and celebrate with you. Like, there was videos of him and his I don't know if it's his girlfriend or if it's his wife, but man, yesterday was just an all around insane game with him hitting his first home run, his first at bat. He's been in the minor leagues for a really long time, so he's grinded. And then Nick Castellanos hitting 199 and 200 career homers, and just everything about it was pretty cool with the way it played out.
Yeah, I would tell Wes, hey, dude, welcome to the bigs. That was awesome. Not every regular season game's like that.
Yeah, I know.
Today's probably
the
just
bar
going to be
pretty
normal. High. Yeah. Let's just get a dub. So a lot of fans are asking because they watched the interview we had with you a few months back where we talked about Vans. Remember, you're like, I don't know what your sponsorship situation. This is an independent show. We can do whatever we want, right? And you were like, hey, and you told us why you loved wearing Vans, and it resonated with a lot of fans too. So how cool was it to wear something different from everyone else, right? And send those spikes to Cooperstown. And damn, man, are you getting the Vans sponsorship deal? You're going to be in some commercials for them? Like, this is cool. We'll see, you might start a revolution of young ball players that wear Vans in the bigs.
It could be a good opportunity. I'm hoping to have something in the works soon.
Nice.
It could be really cool. Maybe some type of collab with just an ultra range shoe would be really cool. So we'll see how it unfolds, but I think we have something coming in the near future that'll be pretty cool.
Is that going to be the gift for everybody? Because no-hitter pitchers, they buy a gift. It's going to be something a little bigger
of course.
For JT. Have you thought about that since you probably didn't sleep at all last night?
Oh, no, yeah, that's already in the works. We're looking into a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, that's already in the works, and we'll get it handled, and I'm sure it'll get around once it kind of comes out.
Custom Vans.
No, dude, you got to go way bigger than that, dude. They better be like gold-plated Vans, Kip. Come on.
Still custom.
Yeah,
it's still custom.
You can see in front of me, that's my mask. The White Sox got a bronze from Humber's Perfect Game.
Oh, sick. That's awesome.
So, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to give you, I got watches and stuff, no.
He's creative. He'll come up with something.
Yeah, but good. Have you talked to JT today? Because one of my favorite things to do is talk. And as someone that's been through this and lost him in 8 2/3 and then been lucky enough to have some happen. Have you talked to JT and said, dude, how nervous were you? I don't know if you heard the guy. We just had Chef on before, Sheffield Shuffler, and he asked me, how nervous were you? So I want to know, have you talked to JT? Because as a catcher, dude, you just don't want to fuck it up, okay? Like, you're rolling. Like, just do not fuck this up for the pitcher because it's their moment. So have you asked him how he felt?
I just got to the field probably like 15 minutes ago. I ran into him and he's like, "Did you get any sleep last night?" And I said, "Nope. The kiddo had me up at 6:30 in the morning." And I go, "Did you?" And he goes, "Absolutely not." So that's about it. And then I had to hop on this show. So we'll break it down a little bit. And yeah, I mean he's calling all the pitches back there. I didn't shake off once. So if I did give it up, it would have been on him for sure.
So the baby didn't sleep. Is that because every time I live here in Philly, so the local telecast had it, it was like on every TV everywhere. Every time they panned to her, she was sleeping. That baby was sleeping in the 9th inning. Obviously, it was awake, but
rude.
How many naps did she take during the game? You have any idea?
Yeah, she probably took a few. I have no idea. I know my wife in the beginning of the game tried to put her in childcare a little bit, and she was a little too fussy, so she had to go grab her. And my wife was like, "Thank God she was acting up because I grabbed her and I had her and I was able to bring her down to the field and we were all able to experience it together." But yeah, she was knocked out though. On the drive home, she was knocked out. But her wake up 6:30 a.m. every morning, no matter what.
So Michael, this just goes to show you, kids don't care.
No.
Kids don't care. They don't care. They don't. Especially
Selfish.
Well, not at that age.
Now, when they get older, when they get older, they care. But they don't care.
It's cool that she was there, though.
No, it's
That's
awesome
the
that
thing.
she was there.
You'll
But you
be
think
able to
about
tell her, like, you were there.
Yeah.
We're on the field taking pics.
Yeah, my kids don't
Yeah.
remember. I mean, when they were younger, they don't remember it.
Yeah, of course.
But it's great because, like I said, the Philly broadcast was on them the whole 9th inning.
Yes.
And so you can show that to her forever,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell her, "Hey, you woke me up at 6:30 because you don't remember because you were sleeping." No, I wasn't, Dad. And here's the footage, honey.
What if the kid cares? Like your kids come pick them up, and your wife's like, "I can't leave my seat right now. You got them for the next hour. Still, I'm not moving my seat. Can't go anywhere. This kid's yours for the next foreseeable future."
Yeah, figure it out. Figure
it out.
Hey, Michael, how glad are you that you got the call to go to the Phils? You knew you were getting traded, right? You were on a team in the Tigers. It's not a playoff contender this year. So were you mentally preparing? Or were you one of those guys? We brought on a ton of guys over the last few weeks, right? It's first year of this show to do things differently. Guys before they get traded, after, right? So what was that experience like for you just now? And then you land with a team that was in the World Series last year that's star-studded.
Yeah, like you said, I had a pretty good idea that I was most likely going to get traded. Didn't know for sure. Didn't know where. And the Phillies kind of came out of nowhere. And, they weren't really in the rumors. And that's why none of the rumors really matter when you're going through something like that. But, man, to hear that it was the Phillies, and I knew a ton of guys on this team before I got over here. So it was like, man, that'll be easy for me to kind of gel into that clubhouse. I knew some of the staff. I knew the pitching coach. So it's made it a smooth transition. And, man, these fans here are wild. So I knew, like, hey, this is going to be some fun baseball that I haven't really been able to play in my entire career. So because the last time when I went to the playoffs, it was 2020. So we didn't have any fans in 2020. So I didn't get to experience that type of atmosphere yet, even though I've been to the playoffs. So being able to come to Philly and play in front of these fans and play some meaningful games, it's awesome.
Who texted you? So I know we started this combo and we'll kind of end it the same way with the phone being hot as hell. And thank you to all of your friends and fam for at least leaving you alone for the last 14 minutes. But who texted you? Because you played with Trout, Ohtani, some of those people too. Did you get any cool reach outs from former teammates or just anybody else that's worth pointing out where you're like, oh, hey?
Yeah, those two. Ipe texted me and texted me something pretty funny. Trout texted me a video of them watching it in the clubhouse. I got a bunch of different messages, Gosman, guys who I put, Bronson Arroyo, Votto, Jay Bruce, like a bunch of guys that I played with in the past. And, and I'm going to feel bad if I forgot anyone, but it was really cool, man. Guys I played with a long time ago, guys I played with last year, guys from the Tigers, reached out. So, just feeling the love and the support. It's been a good couple days.
Wait, no Shohei? So wait, Shohei?
No, Shohei's translator.
No, but I'm saying Shohei personally.
He was in the voice text.
Oh, because I was gonna say We found the chink in Shohei's armor. He's a bad teammate in
No,
Texas.
those two are two peas in a
I
pod.
know.
Yeah.
I got it. He was in the voice text. That was nice.
Yeah.
But you would think you know. Well, then let's ask him. Do you have Shohei's phone number?
I don't know if Shohei has a phone number.
Oh, there it is.
Dude, he's big time. He doesn't
need a phone number.
If he does, he's going to get rando calls every 5 seconds. That'll spread. I get rando calls every 5. The phone situations these days is brutal. So, no?
Okay. No.
I'm sure he has a phone, but yes, I think that's fair. Translator can do it. So, Kratz, are you going to see him this weekend?
All right.
Oh,
yeah, I'll be down for alumni weekend this weekend. I'll be the guy that just kind of stands around the edge, so I'll come and give you a high five.
All right.
So I can say a high five to no hitter.
Just like old times.
Just like old times. Really didn't do anything.
Hell
Guy
yeah.
that stands around the edge.
Man, the Phillies have a low standard for their alumni days.
I live close. It doesn't cost them anything.
Michael, awesome day. What a freaking night. And thank you for joining us right afterward. Important for everyone to kind of hear from you like this. So appreciate you, man. And Kratz will see you in Philly this weekend.
Right on, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah,
Michael
thank you.
Lorenzen with
Congrats,
us on FT Live. That was awesome.